Welcome to Profit Channels. This is my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor and I don't give financial advice. Please consider this video entertainment. Today I'm looking at Western Union again. It's at $8, 11.82% dividend yield, which is huge. Price to earnings is 3. We've got steady net income, although a little down the last 2 months. And they are a global company, United States, Europe, Middle East, Latin America. If I look at the annually, the shares outstanding, we've gone from 550 million to 323 million. So they've just been going down, shares outstanding year after year. So they are buying them back. Our price to earnings is historically low. Price to sales is historically low, which are good things. And our price to cash flow is historically low if you're looking at these three. And then price to book, it's like this is a really smoking deal right now. We've got increased return on assets year over year. Return on equity, same. Return on invested capital, about the same. Our gross margin is pretty high, relatively speaking, or our net margin, so that all looks good. If I look at our revenue quarterly, it's real steady. Our net operating income is pretty steady. We've been a little higher back here in 23. If we drop down to net income, our net income is a little underwhelming the last 2 months. But if we look at the balance sheet, we got assets that are increasing the last couple of years and liabilities that are flat to down. So that's good to see. We have 19 analysts, 1 strong buy, 11 hold, 7 strong sell, anywhere from 7 to 10. And if I look at, let's look at this monthly. Western Union divided by S&P 500, and the more down we are, the more undervalued Western Union is. So this is historic low compared to the S&P 500. If I look at the weekly, you've got this trend line, and I think the interesting thing is as we get away from this trend line, we bounce back, we get away, we bounce back, we get away, we bounce back, and here we are really far away again. Here's a monthly Western Union chart, and our point of control was up here around $19. There's another run around $11.85, and then short term at $8.60. If I look at this on a weekly, now we've got our $12 point of control, and the short term $8.60. Longer term one up here again, still around 20. And if I go into the daily, now we've got all of our points of control piled up just above us. We're starting to have a turnaround here. This is like a double bottom. And if we go, let's go back to the weekly, we can see our volume is climbing up. And then daily, we get this in this range. We've got really increased volume. And, here's a point of control. A little bit here, but here's a big one around 10. If I jump in, let's go down to the 2 hour, and now we're just below all our points of control. Back to all, and let's look at our moving averages and get rid of our volume profiles. We are a record distance from our moving averages right now on the monthly. This is a pretty bearish looking candle. Weekly, again, you see our volume going up. We're very neutral at the moment, and we are extremely far from, say, the 200 here. Let's compare. Right now, we stretch that far from the 200. Oh yeah, we've been a bit further right here, but pretty far from our moving averages in general. And finally, we come down into the daily, and we've been bouncing off the 50 here, and we've got, again, increased volume in this range down here, which I think is bullish. And let's go to the 2 hour. All right, now we got a gap above us. And, our moving averages are looking downward facing, which is not ever a good thing. Okay, back to all, get rid of the ribbon. And you could say we are moving in this giant parallel channel on the monthly. It's got a good midpoint line. This bottom is arbitrary, but it does give us a good midpoint line. We go into the weekly. We've been running down this channel like this, a good midpoint line. Let me hide that one. Now, this could be a giant channel forming. It's got a good midpoint line. This is a little bit of wild speculation, but it is pretty looking. But here is shorter term. If this is the bottom, we got a decent midpoint line and some touches here. But we shall see if this is indeed the bottom. If I jump into the daily, we've got this downward trend we've been in, and we broke out and have come back to the trend line. And so this seems like a good place to start rebounding here and, heading up. I mean, I would look right through here as a good goal to get to. If I retrace on a weekly from this bottom to this top, we are right here at this 1618. There's some pretty lines here. If I retrace it shorter term from this bottom to this top, let's get in here to the daily. Now we're down here at this 272. You see the 168, the 1272. These lines all work out real nice. And then finally, if I extend from this bottom to the top to this bottom, we have these pretty lines. Look at this 382, 236, 786 right here. Oopsie. Put this on the weekly. We got some real nice lines through here. And all the way up to the top is right at the 3.618. So I really like these strong fib lines here. And I'd like to see us get up there to this 786 to 1. Get a good range. Again, if we look at our volume profile, we got a lot of volume right through here. All right. I already looked at the S&P 500, Western Union divided by S&P 500. So here's the parabolic SAR in the super trend on a monthly, and this is all looking bearish. RSI is looking bearish. Our MACD is looking to form perhaps a new higher low, and our stochastic is buried. If I go to the weekly, still bearish up here, but we're starting to threaten to turn up. So on this RSI, the same thing here with this MACD, general downward trend, but starting to look more positive. On the daily, now we got a price that's been going down, but we've got an RSI that's been going up, and it's about ready to set a higher low. It's been oversold, so that is a divergence. We also see divergence in the MACD, where we're trending up even though the price is going down, and we're ready to cross over. Let's jump into the 2-hour. Now we finally have a buy signal. RSI is bearish neutral, same thing with MACD. They're just trying to break out. So this looks more positive. All right, and then here we are on the monthly with the RSI Bollinger Band strategy, and we're below the Bollinger Band. This is all real bearish looking downward trends on the money flow index. And if we jump into the weekly, now we've got downward trend trying bottom out and go up on the money flow index. Our squeeze momentum is becoming less bearish and generally an upward trend. The ADX is saying no trend. And we get down into the daily, we've been outside the Bollinger Band and cutting sideways, squeeze momentum. Everything looks pretty bad on the daily here. If I jump into the 2-hour, now we're starting to see some life. We've got this narrowed out Bollinger Band. We're at the bottom of it. Money flow index is generally up. Squeeze momentum's about to flip, but we don't have a trend yet. So I do like this Western Union right now. I want to see what happens tomorrow, and if we can start moving this up. So that's a pretty bullish candle on the daily on Thursday, and then here's Friday and Monday. So today is Monday, the 29th after hours. But I'm thinking this might be a double bottom. Otherwise, per the forecast, maybe we're coming down to 7, which would be down here, which would be pretty far down. All right. I hope you like it. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Talk to you later.